The city awakens. A symphony of sounds fills the air. Honking taxis, rumbling delivery trucks, distant sirens. The sky lightens from deep indigo to a soft blush. The air, still cool from the night, carries the scent of freshly baked bread and exhaust fumes. Another day begins. Chaos. It's a word that often evokes feelings of anxiety, stress, and overwhelm. We crave order, predictability, routine. Yet chaos is an intrinsic part of life. It can be both exhilarating and terrifying, often simultaneously. It has the power to knock us off our feet, leaving us feeling lost and disoriented. But within that disorientation, there's an unexpected beauty. Chaos is not the opposite of order. It is a dynamic force that coexists with order, creating a balance that defines our existence. In the hustle and bustle of city streets, the crowded marketplaces, and the relentless waves crashing on a rocky shore, we see chaos and order intertwined. It's not something to be feared or avoided. Instead, it should be embraced as a catalyst for growth and transformation. When people face challenges with determination, when children play in a messy playground, and when adventurers hike through rough terrain, they are engaging with chaos and learning from it. It's simply a part of life's natural rhythm, just as a river flows, sometimes gently and sometimes with great force. And just as the light in a forest changes with the movement of the sun, chaos and order ebb and flow in our lives. People dancing at a festival embody this rhythm, moving in harmony with the music and each other. Just as the seasons change, so too does our experience of life. The shedding of leaves in autumn and the blooming of flowers in spring are reminders that change is constant and necessary. Each season brings its own beauty and challenges, mirroring the cycles we go through in our personal journeys. There are periods of calm and periods of turbulence. A calm lake at sunrise offers a moment of peace and reflection, while a stormy ocean or airplane turbulence reminds us of the unpredictability and intensity of life. Both states are essential, teaching us resilience and the importance of appreciating tranquility. There are times of joy and times of sorrow, celebrations with family, shared laughter and hugs, and the tears shed at a funeral all illustrate the spectrum of human emotions. These moments, whether joyful or sorrowful, are integral to our experience and help us connect with others on a deeper level. Embracing chaos means accepting the full spectrum of human experience. It means finding peace in the midst of turmoil, understanding that every emotion and experience has its place. A meditative person in nature, a diverse group of people sharing stories, and a montage of various emotional expressions all highlight the richness of life when we accept and embrace its natural rhythm. It's in the midst of chaos that we truly discover who we are. The hustle and bustle of daily life can often feel overwhelming with the constant noise and movement, making it hard to find a moment of peace. Yet it's within this very chaos that our true character is forged. When life throws us curveballs, we're forced to dig deep, to confront our fears and uncertainties head on. These unexpected challenges push us out of our comfort zones, compelling us to find solutions and make decisions we never thought we'd have to face. To tap into reserves of strength we didn't know we possessed, we learn to adapt, to be flexible, and to persevere even when the odds seem insurmountable. It's in these moments of struggle that we discover our true potential, realizing that we are capable of much more than we ever imagined. To think on our feet, in high-pressure situations, quick decision-making becomes crucial. Whether it's an emergency responder rushing to save a life or an individual making a split-second choice, these moments define us. They teach us the importance of staying calm under pressure and trusting our instincts. We emerge from the storm, battered and bruised, perhaps, but also wiser and more resilient. Each scar tells a story of survival, of lessons learned, and of strength gained. Reflecting on these experiences, we understand that every challenge has shaped us into who we are today, but also stronger and more resilient than before. Triumph isn't just about overcoming obstacles. It's about the growth and transformation that occurs along the way. celebrating our successes, we stand tall, confident in our ability to face whatever comes next. The storm may have tested us, but it has also shaped us, making us more resilient and ready for the future. I remember feeling completely lost during my first trip to Tokyo. The city was unlike anything I had ever experienced before. The streets were bustling with people, each one seemingly knowing exactly where they were going, while I stood there, map in hand, trying to make sense of it all. The sheer size of the city was intimidating, and I felt like a tiny speck in a vast ocean of humanity. The city was a sensory overload, a cacophony of sights, sounds, and smells. Neon lights flashed from every corner, illuminating the night sky with vibrant colors. The sounds of chatter, traffic, and distant music filled the air, creating a symphony of urban life. The smell of street food wafted through the air, tempting my senses with unfamiliar yet enticing aromas. It was both exhilarating and overwhelming at the same time. I couldn't read the signs, and I didn't speak the language. Every street sign, every advertisement, every menu was a puzzle I couldn't solve. I felt like an outsider, a stranger in a land where I couldn't even ask for directions. The language barrier was a constant reminder of my foreignness, and it added to my sense of isolation. I felt overwhelmed, disoriented, and a little bit scared. The crowds were relentless, and I often found myself being swept along by the tide of people. There were moments when I felt like I couldn't breathe, like the city was closing in on me. I questioned my decision to come here, wondering if I had made a mistake. But as I wandered through the crowded streets, something shifted. I began to notice the small details, the way the cherry blossoms lined the streets, the intricate designs of the shop fronts, the friendly smiles of the locals. I started to appreciate the organized chaos, the rhythm of the city that I had initially found so jarring. It was as if Tokyo was revealing its secrets to me, one step at a time. I began to see the beauty in the chaos, the energy, the vibrancy. The city was alive, pulsating with a unique energy that was infectious. The nightlife was a spectacle in itself, with colorful festivals and street performers adding to the city's charm. I found myself getting lost in the moment, embracing the spontaneity that Tokyo seemed to encourage. I surrendered to the unknown, and in doing so, I found a new sense of freedom. I realized that being lost wasn't necessarily a bad thing. It allowed me to discover parts of the city I might have otherwise overlooked. I met people who were kind and helpful, who went out of their way to make me feel welcome. I learned to navigate the city in my own way, finding joy in the journey rather than the destination. Tokyo taught me that sometimes the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself first. It's natural to crave order and predictability in our lives. Routines provide a sense of comfort and security. They help us manage our time and energy, but when we become overly attached to routine, we risk missing out on the unexpected joys that spontaneity and chaos can bring. What if, instead of resisting chaos, we embraced it as an opportunity for growth and transformation? What if we viewed the unexpected detours in our lives not as setbacks, but as invitations to explore new paths? Chaos can be a catalyst for creativity, innovation, and personal evolution. Look to nature. A raging thunderstorm, while potentially destructive, is also awe-inspiring in its power and beauty. The changing seasons, with their cycles of death and rebirth, remind us that impermanence is a natural part of life. Even in the most chaotic of natural phenomena, there's an underlying order, a sense of balance. Joy can be found in the most unexpected places, in the midst of a chaotic morning routine, in a traffic jam on the way to work, in the spilled cup of coffee that forces you to slow down and savor the moment. It's about shifting our perspective, about learning to appreciate the small, seemingly insignificant moments that make up our lives. Mindfulness practices, such as meditation and deep breathing, can help us stay grounded in the present moment, even when life feels chaotic. By cultivating a sense of inner peace and stillness, we're better equipped to navigate the ups and downs of life with grace and resilience. Think back to a time when you experienced unexpected joy in the midst of chaos. What was it about that experience that allowed you to find joy in the unexpected? How can you bring that same sense of openness and curiosity to your life today?